Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sarvabhutasitham Yoma Bhajati Ekatvamasithah Sarvata Vartamano Api Sayogi Mai Vartate. Yogi who knows that I am the super soul within all creatures of one, worships me and remains always in me in all circumstances. So this is further understanding. Krishna has talked about, he is talking here, see actually Gita is gradually developing. So Krishna comes from Karma Yoga to Jnana Yoga, now to Ashtanga Yoga. This is a chapter on Ashtanga Yoga. And many a time people are not aware of this fact, that Paramatma in our heart is non-different from Krishna. We cannot do this. We cannot be present. Atma is present in this body, but I am not present in another body. Correct? Present in this body means I am aware what all is going in this body, my thoughts. What other person is thinking, I am not capable of that. Is there somebody capable? Gita says yes. That comes in the 13th chapter. Krishna says, Kshetrabhram chapi mam vedi sarva kshetreshu bharata. What does it mean? I am present in everybody's heart. Okay? The Vedas compare it like two birds on one tree. One bird is eating the fruits of the tree. And other bird is, what is that other bird doing? Just watching what's happening. What are you doing? When you will stop all this, when the bird eats some tasty fruits, it's very happy. Sometimes the bird eats bitter fruits, it's very sad. But the other bird is not attracted to the fruits of the tree. It is transcendental. That is the Paramatma. And the Paramatma, even though it's present in everybody's heart, even though it's present inside every atom, it is one. This to understand, the Vedas give example, just like the sun we see in the sky. Everybody can see sun is at my head, correct? At the same time, there is one sun. Okay. You ask, where is the sun? On top of my head. You ask, where is the sun? On top of my head, correct? Millions of people will say it is on top of my head, but at the same time, sun is one. So similarly, that's the potency of the Lord. He is present with everybody, still he is one. Just like Krishna was dancing in Rasa Leela, it was not called another expansion of the Lord. The same Krishna, but he expanded a book into thousands of forms, dancing with each gopi. Okay? You understand? Same way when Krishna's cowherd boys were giving food to Krishna, he was receiving from everybody's hand. So that is potency of the Lord. He can do those things, which is extraordinary. Therefore, he is the Supreme Lord. God is great means he has these potencies and he displayed them. In fact, nothing is inconceivable. He can do anything practically. So here, he's saying, Krishna is saying it, that there is no difference between me and the Paramatma in your heart. This is to understand that Paramatma is a representation of the Lord. Krishna expands to Balaram. Balaram expands to Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, and Vasudeva. And that again expands to Narayana. Again, Narayana expands to second set of this Chaturvya, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, and Vasudeva. And then from the Sankarshana, then expands to Mahavishnu. And on Mahavishnu, you get Garbhodaksha Vishnu. Garbhodaksha Vishnu expand to Shirodaksha Vishnu. That is the Paramatma. And this one Paramatma is maintaining the whole universe. Krishna is not involved in the tamasha of this world. In the 13th chapter, Krishna explains the Paramatma has various roles to do. It is Anumanta. It is overseeing whatever you are doing. And, Anumanta means it gives sanction. And Upadishta means it is overseeing what all you are doing. So it has some role to play. Another place it says its role is it is Mata Smriti Jnanam Apohanam Cha. Vedesha Sarvai Ahameva Vedyam. Mata Smriti Jnanam Apohanam Cha. In the 15th chapter, the Paramatma is present in everybody's heart, but the activity is, what is the activity of the Paramatma? It gives you knowledge, fresh knowledge. It gives you memory. And it gives you forgetfulness. That's why I could understand the three words. Smriti Jnanam Apohanam Cha. Smriti means what you knew. Jnana means fresh knowledge. You didn't know, but Paramatma can give you. You get suddenly sometimes some knowledge which you didn't know. And Apohanam makes you forget everything. That also happens many times. Okay? Just can't remember that name. Paramatma is not giving. He can give you the forget. So actually we are completely dependent on the Paramatma. And so much so dependent that actually every activity Paramatma does, then you do. In the sense that who is seeing? We have no idea. Try to understand. When I'm looking at the camera, it's only an image which goes to my retina. And that also inverted image. We are joking. Somebody seeing means he has to be inverted to see that. And then that image from retina goes to the brain. But where is the seer? And they have this, in psychology called the binding problem. We are hearing, we are seeing, I am touching. There are 1,000 inputs going to me. The fan air is also touching my skin, correct? The 1,000 inputs together, I am also thinking something. All those things together become one. They are not able to understand how it happens, where it happens, and then who perceives it. This is the mystery. Who perceiving is actually first the Paramatma. And then it gives an information to the Atma. So we cannot even directly perceive the world. We are via media of Paramatma we are seeing, via media of Paramatma we are hearing, via media of Paramatma we are doing anything in this world. I want to lift my hand, I can also not do. Therefore, when by God's will hand become paralyzed, try. You cannot do anything actually. The whole machine of the material body is not under Jiva's control. It is under Krishna's control. You understand this? This is understood now. We are not controlling. We cannot touch matter. It's in larger sense it is said Yayedam Dharyate Jagat. But the Jiva, if you go in minute detail, is completely dependent on the Supreme Lord. He is too teeny. All that Jiva does is sit and desire. But now in the material world, as we have been discussing the mind control, he has to agree to come under the protection and shelter of the Lord. And protection and shelter of the Lord comes through the great Acharya. We are under his shelter. His shelter in the sense we follow some rules and regulations. Correct? Why? Because Acharya says do it. That is the protection. When we are under protection, gradually our consciousness becomes rehabilitated. It evolves. One side is the control condition, that don't do any sinful activities. Another side is hearing about the Lord and chanting his names, seeing the darshan of the Lord, taking Krishna Prasadam and all. Gradually the soul revives. And when soul wakes up, first thing it sees the Lord in front. It sees that Lord is so great, so kind. Even though the example is very nice example to repeat, just like a dog. When the master is taking the dog is passing stool and urine, but the master is not becoming frustrated. Master is waiting. He finishes, he waits, correct? It's not very wonderful thing. So similarly, soul is indulging in so many foolish activity. The master is waiting, and then what happens? The master is waiting. When he will turn his face towards me, and then when we turn the face, Krishna is. You say when you attempt to turn the face, just like one devotee was telling me, how do they sell books in temples? They have festival in the temples and they go. They say we make a team of some 20-30 people and we just spread ourselves. If somebody will say, would you like to have Bhagavad Gita? People say, no, no, no. But somebody just turns his face and looks at the book. That's it. We don't leave it. He has some desire. He keep walking behind it. Take no. Take no. One like that, they do 20 Gita. So the same way, Paramatma is also waiting. Just imagine like that. Chant Hare Krishna. We don't turn the face also. Take shelter of the Lord. We don't turn the face also. It's giving inspiration. But even this much we turn once, Paramatma doesn't leave it, Because then why the Lord could have forced? It will not force. It honors the free will of the jiva. This is the whole philosophy. Many times people say, no, why God doesn't? It honors the free will. You don't want to come to me, I will not force you. I will not force you. He honor, just like a good father, he honors the freedom of the child. Correct? He will not force him. See, my dear son, just like in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna gives an idea how he handles this world. Arjuna decided not to fight the war. Krishna never said, you have to fight. No. He gave him the understanding and then asked him, what is your decision now? He's honoring him. Nobody honors us more than Krishna. Krishna is so great. We are nothing, correct? Just imagine Krishna honors your freedom. You at this moment, all of you chose, let me not waste my time in so many ways. Let me hear about Krishna, correct? You chose. And Krishna is recognized. Oh, that's very nice. That's very nice. And sometimes, sometimes people say God sanctioned it. But actually God may not have sanctioned it happily. Just like a father sometimes when you pester. I want. Father gives you something, but he knows you cannot use it. Just like we were discussing, the bigger joke of the century is mobile and computers are made to save time. Nobody has saved any time. It is waste. Every day I learned how to waste time with it. Correct, Nana? Technically speaking, they were created to save time, but what they ended up in wasting all the time, not little. Maybe they save. This is, the joke. Whatever facility you create, it does more harm than the. That is the defect of the modern day science. It is not a wonderful science. It is incomplete. It does more harm than the benefit it is doing. You can see actually absolutely it is. Every angle it is true. True, now they are talking about the radiation from the mobile, and they're taking an X-ray, a person who has used the mobile for half an hour. They find heavy dose of, radiation here. And, people will not come to know now. Just 20 years later, you see mobiles are banned. God knows. Anything can happen. Today something becomes a great boon. Tomorrow it becomes a great thing. But at least one problem has already come. It has led to addiction of people to something, a virtual world. And people forget to live in the real world. Correct? They want to live in the virtual world only whole day. They can't relate to people. They can't talk to people. But they want to live in a virtual world of, And what is there anyway? Some light is moving and you are in a virtual world track. Correct? Suppose somebody is sitting in a cinema hall. What is there finally? It's some lights here and there. Is there anything happening there in that hall? Is anything happening in the hall except lights are flashing here and there? Nothing else is happening? Correct? So we will start living in a virtual world which doesn't exist actually. We start believing and we start crying, shouting. Nothing is happening. So same way we are all lost in this virtual world. Just like we can create a small virtual world and you see people are lost. They have something called virtual world now. They put here. And people are lost in their world playing games, so much addiction. The same way, don't you think Krishna can create a virtual world? It is already there. This is a virtual world we are in. And can't even imagine, this virtual world is not very difficult. In the cinema hall when somebody gets lost, all you have to do is switch on the lights. Then person understands. You have seen? When you are children, we saw movies, then you should understand we are sitting on a seat. We so much get lost, we forget we are sitting on a seat there, correct? To switch on the light, we look at each other. So much we get sucked into, correct or not? The same way, this is nothing. This is a world created by Krishna. You identify with the body, false. Correct? You identify each person in the body, false. You identify the body made of tubes and bones and stool to be a Sachidananda body, false. You associate with the relationship in this body, false. You think certain things will make you happy, false. All are mithya, but you believe in it. True or not? And you cannot come out of it easily. It's not easy. You may discuss a lot of philosophy, but we get very disturbed, correct? By all this, we are living in illusion. So human life is meant actually to just like, you have to switch on the light. That is Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya. Acharya, what he does? He switches on the light in that cinema hall. Then after, that is the work of the Acharya. We wake up from the illusion. Okay? So we are stuck in this illusion in the material world, and we are lost. So it requires, so Krishna is saying here, first you understand this point. What? That I am the same as Paramatma in your heart. Okay? Bhagavad Gita has 3 confidential truths. Now Krishna is working here. He will continue to work again on the second truth of Bhagavad Gita. Confidential means it is not easy to see. Just like we were giving an example. In the virtual world, people get lost. They don't even know. Just like in a cinema hall, you get lost. But after somebody switches on the light and all, in the lunchtime, you understand. I am on a seat, anything. You are actually, at the moment, you just forget everything. You're lost as if you are there in that scene, correct? It happens like that, no? You create so similarly, we are also lost in this world. And Krishna tells 3 truths which we have forgotten because we are lost. And number 1 truth is, we are not the body. And number 2nd truth is, that the Lord as Paramatma resides in everybody's heart, which is non-different from Krishna. And the 3rd truth is that Krishna has wonderful pastime in the spiritual world. So even the Devi Devatas, they don't own the soul. They don't own the soul. They don't even know what's happening anywhere. Only Paramatma is present. No Devi Devata is present everywhere. Only Krishna is present. But Krishna can let them know. Correct? Suppose you go and pray to Indra. Krishna can let Indra know. Yes, your devotee is praying somewhere. Okay? Or by Krishna's blessing, he can know. Either way. But on its own, all the jivas, we are dependent on Krishna for everything. But Krishna, Swabhaviki, Mata Smriti Jnanam, Natasya Karyam Karanam Cha Vidyate. This is Krishna's definition in the spiritual world. Natasya Karyam, he has nothing to do. Paramatma is at least holding Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma. Krishna is only holding a flute. Natasya Karyam Karanam Cha Vidyate. He has nothing to do. Natasama Abhitakasya Tishyate. There is nobody equal to him, nobody greater than him. Then Parashakti, multifarious energies are present within him. Swabhaviki, and naturally he has all the strength. Jnana Bala Kriya. Many devotees have developed it very nicely. We can try to understand more. What is this Jnana Bala Kriya? You naturally have everything. All the strength, all the knowledge, and all activities it manifests naturally. Krishna is surprised sometimes. How does he know? How do I know? But naturally he has all the knowledge. That is natural. That is natural to him. Naturally he has all the beauty. Therefore Prabhupada uses the word, the blessed Lord said. How he is blessed? Naturally he is blessed, being by the Lord itself. True, all the devotees also keep blessing him. He is blessed. But he doesn't depend on anybody's blessing, but he lovingly accepts devotees' blessing. But actually Krishna is naturally blessed with all the opulences. Okay? So we are dependent on him. And he is always the maintainer. Nityo Nityanam Chetanas Chetananam. We are eternal, he is eternal. We are conscious, he is conscious. These things are common. Nityo Nityanam. He is eternal, we are all eternal. Chetanas Chetananam. He is conscious, all are conscious. But there is one difference. What is that? Eko Bhuna Vitatati Kaman. Alone one maintains the rest. And how I just explained. Sitting in everybody's heart. and he is watching everything that's happening. He is sharing with the information what's going on outside. Correct? Actually, we are completely dependent on him, but we are not aware of that. We think we are independent. We think there is no God, but every moment he is maintaining us. He is sustaining us. It's true. An advanced devotee realizes this. He becomes in intense love with the Lord. It's not something artificial. Just imagine somebody is holding you all the time and carrying and taking care of you. Okay. Definitely you will love him, no? Correct? But you are not aware. You're thinking I'm independent. You are not independent. You are too teeny to do anything. Correct? You cannot do anything. You are just dependent. You just sit and desire. I want to do like this. Krishna is hearing. It doesn't give you. It's not good for you. I want. Okay, take at your own risk. So sometimes, people think why people do bad things. Why did God sanction? He insisted. And at the same time, laws of karma had somebody to get a reaction for that activity. Krishna arranged. Chak. Correct? You want to get very angry. You decide I'll kill one person today. You take out a gun. So Krishna is not sanctioning. Correct? But somehow finally Krishna insists you get a gun and a bullet. Okay? And then you go out of the house. And now Krishna has to. Therefore it is not easy for Krishna to arrange. Sometimes people ask this question, why is it a reaction in next life? It takes so much arrangement to be done, Baba, to fulfill that desire. You have to kill. Because the arrangement is all planned. Now there is one person in the same locality, he has to die today because he has done a similar karma and he got unpunished. Correct? If the government is good, punishment is over. Government is nasty means people get unpunished. Correct? Just like everybody is talking about, ran out of India, not paying. Somebody made that joke, no? In TT asked, you pay fine. He said, first collect the 9,000 crores from that fellow. It became big news. So same way, so you go out and then somebody has to get the reaction. He didn't get, government let him off, he escaped. So reaction has to come, he has to be punished. Punishment is also no anger in Krishna's. When good government punishes and God punishes, there is no anger. It is for our reformation. Correct? You are going through some experience, unpleasant experience as an experience, to not to do such a thing again. And then what happens is that the both persons are combined together. Otherwise you can't. Even if you decide, suppose I'll kill that person. If that is not his time, you can't kill him. You can't kill him. Something will happen. He will survive. He will get only as it is due. So therefore you understand, you can't do anything in this world actually. This is revealed in the Bhagavatam when Dharma Purusha was asked, who has broken your legs? Actually Kali Purusha had broken the legs. At the time he replies to Parikshit Maharaj, it's very difficult to ascertain. Some people say it's our own karma. Right? So a person becomes very peaceful when he understands Paramatma is in complete control of this world. That's all. That's the time people get complete shanti. You've seen some people very shanti. They're completely self-realized, and which is not an artificial position. And I was recently reading conversation on very big philosopher came to meet Prabhupada in Europe. We can see on my Facebook, I just put that discussion. He was discussing with Prabhupada, and so many times Prabhupada just cut him off. He said, no, this is ludicrous what you are saying. How it is possible? It was going on. But when he came back and all, he says, this man has passed through. We are only speculating, but he has passed through to the kingdom of God. He's realized. Even though Prabhupada kept hitting him, this is nonsense. Why? But you could see this person has complete peace. You understand? This is naturally present in a great devotee. Why? He has firmly taken shelter of Krishna. He is actually very, very happy and peaceful at the core of his heart. There is a complete peace. Srila Prabhupada ki, Bhagavad Gita ki.